Now, please welcome George's father, Brian Farmers, to speak on behalf of the Farmers family.
Thank you very much, Helen, and for that grand opening to tonight's celebration, the continuation of the celebration of the wedding of Georgia and Ross. I'd firstly like to say that Rhonda and I are very happy to be here in Brisbane celebrating the wedding of Ross and Georgia. After some deliberation, Georgia and Ross decided on Brisbane as the location for their wedding. We would like to thank particularly Georgia's friends and our extended family who made the extra effort to travel to Brisbane. I know there are some of Ross's family, certainly the Dubai contingent, that have travelled a lot further than that, but and we thank them as well. But from our point of view, particularly our friends and family who would have possibly assumed that the wedding would be on our home turf. And the choice of the venue, well, this venue here, right by the water, and along with the church and its location, and the City Cat ride, we think is very significant to Georgia. And when Georgia moved to Brisbane, Ross and Georgia lived in an apartment in Morganflower overlooking the river, and Georgia used to sometimes travel to work on the City Cat. So the river, the Brisbane River, and the cat rides are quite connected to George's decision to become a Queenslander, and I think there's probably another reason. So this spot here, overlooking the water and the beautiful view, seems like a great spot to continue our celebrations. Ross has accompanied Georgia on several occasions to the Victorian Wimmera, our home where we grew up, and I think, as you can attest, Ross, it's not quite as green and lush in the Wimmera at this time of the year as it is here in Queensland. And I was actually going to sling off at Queensland's hot and humid weather. That was the next thing I had here in my notes, but I have to delete that and say that Queensland on this occasion has turned on a beautiful day for us, and us Victorians are really appreciative of the fact that we're not bringing out our singlets and our jocks. Prior to George's move to Brisbane, we were complete strangers to the area. I'd only ever been into Queensland a couple of times, and I think Rhonda once. We've now made several visits, and during these visits we've had several guided tours hosted by Ross, and one particularly memorable one where Georgia was taken by surprise and came home with a smile on her face and an engagement ring on her finger. And also, I might say, accompanied by a couple of Georgia's parents that were also had smiles on their faces as well. So that was a very memorable occasion as far as we're concerned, and thank you, Ross, for involving us in that. So these guided tours and other things we've done, we've had a few walks around Stafford and a couple of trips from Stafford to the CBD, and during one of which I even managed to negotiate the Brisbane bus system into the CBD and back home to Burrawell Street, Stafford. So I felt like that was quite an achievement. Those couple of things make us feel that we know a little about Brisbane and Queensland and the place George has decided to call home. We look forward to more visits and to becoming more familiar with the city that George and Ross have decided to make their home in. I've got to have a few notes. Once I probably didn't need any, but the grey hairs and the notes seem to go together, don't they? As we've got to know Ross, we've come to realise that Ross misses his dad Johnny very much. And we would like to acknowledge this loss to Ross, to Ross's mum Joan, and to the Searle family. This is something which will always be there, but must be felt very acutely on an occasion such as this, with a family celebration. During our time of getting to know Ross, we've come to realise and appreciate some of the values and importance of Ross. And from our observation, family seems to get a high place on the list. And this is especially pleasing to us as we feel at quite a distance in Victoria. And we're very happy that Georgia has been warmly welcomed into the extended Searle family right from the moment, I think, that she moved to Queensland. And we ourselves have been recipients of this Searle welcome, and I'd now like to thank Joan and her family for the very warm welcome extended to us on each of the times that we've been up here. Thank you very much, Joan. Ross, we're very happy that you and Georgia have very happy that you and Georgia have become life partners. We have much pleasure in welcoming you to our family, and we trust that you already feel part of it. Welcome to the family.